Hello, welcome to Swing State News. I am Lucas Whitty, political researcher of the battleground states. Today, we are talking about the swing states as a whole and why they are important and what type of political power they hold. So, what are the swing states and how many are there? Currently, as of 2026, what are nationally known as the swing states are Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania in the Midwest, Arizona and Nevada in the Southwest, and North Carolina and Georgia in the Southeast. Overall, these states house a total of 93 seats in Congress out of the 535, roughly 17 to 18%, 79 House seats, and 14 senators, which, by the way, if you did not know, the amount of electoral votes a state gets is how many House seats they have plus their 2 senators. So in Michigan, they have 13 House members and 2 senators. So they hold 15 electoral votes in the presidential elections. Wisconsin has 8 House seats, so they have 10 electoral votes. Pennsylvania hosts 17 House members and has 19 electoral votes. Arizona with 9 seats and 11 electoral votes. Nevada with 4 seats and 6 electoral votes. North Carolina and Georgia with 14 seats and 16 votes each. Remember, these seats are based on the population, which we gather that information as a country every decade via a census. Following the census, redistricting takes place. Sometimes this means states gain or lose seats depending on how much their population increases or decreases. So, what do the swing states look like on the coloring board? Are they more blue or red? Michigan has 13 House seats, with 7 of them being Republican and 6 Democrats, and 2 Democrat senators. This changed from 2022 to 2024. Previously, it was 7 Democrats and 6 Republicans in the House. The reason I say this is because when I do research for these videos, I often use AI to help me, and I find the information to double-check AI. While researching for this video, I had AI pull up a table of what we are talking about, and it was using old 2022 information, and I corrected AI to the actual numbers. It proceeded to get Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada, and Georgia wrong as well. North Carolina was the only one correct. Just a PSA, if you are doing your research and looking into election information, be cautious where you are getting your information from. I suggest sticking to government and candidate websites. Let's get back into it. Wisconsin has 8 House seats, with 6 Republicans and 2 Democrats, and a split Senate. Pennsylvania has 17 House seats, with 10 Republicans and 7 Democrats, and a split Senate. Arizona has 9 House seats, with 6 Republicans and 3 Democrats, with 2 Democrat senators. Nevada has 4 House seats, with 3 Democrats and 1 Republican in the House, and 2 Democrat senators. Georgia has 14 House seats, with 8 Republicans and 5 Democrats. 1 spot is vacant due to Marjorie Taylor Greene resigning from her seat. A special election is to be held on March 10 of this year to fill that seat. Georgia also has 2 Democrat senators. Going back to the House seat for Marjorie Taylor Greene, if I had to guess, it would be a Republican, as Greene filled that spot before, and she was a Republican, but I am not sure. There are over 22 candidates running for this spot, which I think is lunacy. There are 17 Republicans, 3 Democrats, 1 independent, and 1 libertarian. If no candidate gets a majority, over 50%, there will be a runoff vote held on April 7 with just the top 2 finishers. North Carolina has 14 seats in the House, with 10 Republicans and 4 Democrats, and 2 Republican senators. So, with all of that said, let's take a look at the Congress numbers in total for the swing states. AI originally said there were 57 Republicans and 36 Democrats, 10 Republican senators and 4 Democrat senators, with 47 Republican House representatives and 32 Democrat House representatives. The actual numbers are 54 Republicans in Congress and 38 Democrats in Congress, with 1 vacancy. There are 6 Republican senators and 8 Democrat senators, 48 Republican representatives, and 30 Democrat representatives with 1 vacancy. What does all of this mean, and how does it play out in Congress? Right now, Republicans hold the majority in both the House and Senate. There are 218 Republicans and 213 Democrats, with 4 vacancies in the U.S. House of Representatives. There are 53 Republicans, 45 Democrats, and 2 independents in the U.S. Senate. I should note, Angus Keene and Bernie Sanders are the independents, who both consistently vote with Democrats. The 119th United States Congress is currently controlled by the GOP, but by a very slim margin. The 4 vacancies are party split, meaning 2 Democrats and 2 Republicans have either resigned or passed away. Either way, Democrats only need a net gain of 5 seats to hold a majority in the House, and need a net gain of 4 seats in the Senate. A reminder here, all 435 members of the House of Representatives are up for re-election, and 35 members of the Senate are being voted upon this November to fill the 120th United States Congress. Let's take a look at how the swing states could change the composition of Congress in 2026. Looking at the 2024 election results, there are 3 districts alone that represent Michigan in the U.S. House that were tight, meaning the candidates won by a margin of less than 5 points. Most likely, these districts will be tight again this November, specifically District 7. This includes Ann Arbor and Pontiac area, which flipped, like we said earlier, to a Republican seat. This district was won by 3.5 points. Michigan is also voting upon a senator this midterm. Currently, 2 Democrats hold these positions, but this is a very, very tight race as well. Senator Slotkin won her seat in 2024 by 0.3 points. 48.64% to 48.3%. Out of the 8 seats in the House, Wisconsin holds really only one very tight district. District 3, which is the western part of Wisconsin, was won by Republican Derek Van Orden by less than 3 points. This tight race is a toss-up as to who might represent District 3 in the 120th Congress. I want to note, Wisconsin will not be voting for a senator this year. Out of the 17 seats in the House that Pennsylvania holds, there are 3 districts that are really competitive in Pennsylvania: District 7, 8, and 17. District 7 and 17 were won by nearly 6 points each, and District 8 is one of the most competitive districts in the nation, and currently Republican Rob Bresnahan holds this seat. Pennsylvania will also not be voting for a senator this year. Out of the 9 seats in the House that Arizona holds, 2 districts are very competitive: District 1 and District 6. These districts were both won by less than 5 points. They are both held by Republicans. District 1 is held by David Schweikert, where he won by 3.8 points, and District 6 is held by Juan Ciscomani, where he won by 2.5 points. Arizona will also not be voting for a senator this year. Out of the 4 seats in the House that Nevada holds, there is one very competitive district. District 3 was won by 2.8 points. Democrat Susie Lee holds that seat. Seems how Nevada only has 4 representatives. I will cover the other 3. District 1 and 4 are held by Democrats that won by less than 10 points. You could consider these competitive as well. District 2 is their only seat held by a Republican, and he won by 19 points. Also, Nevada will not be voting for a senator this year. Out of the 14 seats in the House that Georgia holds, hardly any of them seem competitive. Looking at the 2024 results, District 2 was the closest with a 13-point win. That seat is held by Democrat Sanford Bishop. Georgia will be voting upon a senator this year. I would like to take some time to note that this year we are voting on Class 2 of senators. Senator Jon Ossoff, who is a Democrat, is up for re-election this year. This is looking to be a very tight race as President Donald Trump won the state in 2024. Jon Ossoff won his seat as senator in a special runoff election in 2021. Senator Ossoff won by 1.2 points, and this is looking to be one of the most expensive and competitive races in the nation. Out of the 14 seats in the House that North Carolina holds, District 1 is very tightly contested. District 1 is the northeastern part of NC and was won by Democrat Don Davis by 1.7 points. North Carolina will be voting upon a senator this year. Republican Senator Tom Tillis currently holds the Class 2 seat for the state of North Carolina. Senator Tillis has announced that he will not be seeking re-election this year. We will be seeing a new face in this spot. Senator Tillis was re-elected in 2020 and won in a narrow margin, less than 3 points. North Carolina's other senator is Republican Ted Budd, and he won in 2022 by only 3.23 points. This race for NC's U.S. Senator will be a close one and one to pay attention to this November. So, let's recap. Out of the 7 key swing states, there are 11 U.S. House districts that are currently rated as super competitive or tight races. Democrats only need a net gain of 5 seats nationwide to flip the House majority this November. That means these 11 battleground districts in the swing states could absolutely determine who controls the House for the next 2 years. On the Senate side, only 3 of the swing states have Senate races on the ballot in 2026: Michigan, North Carolina, and Georgia. Democrats would need a net gain of 4 seats nationwide to flip the Senate majority this November. Even if Democrats sweep all 3 of these swing state Senate races, that would only net them plus 1 seat in the Senate at best. The swing states alone cannot flip the Senate this cycle. The map is favorable to Republicans overall. If you found this video helpful or informative, please leave a like and subscribe, and join me next Tuesday as we continue to learn together about the swing states.